the city of Lagos, Nigeria, in the year 1976, a 19-year-old student named Adewale lived with his parents. His father was a teacher and his mother sold vegetables in the market. One evening, as they sat listening to the radio, they heard sad news from South Africa. Police had opened fire on children protesting in Soweto. Many students had died. Adewale stood up. "Why are they killing children?" he asked. His father replied, "It is because of apartheid, a cruel system where black people are treated as less than human in their own land." That night, Adewale could not sleep. He felt angry, but also helpless. The next week, students at Adewale's university held a protest. They shouted, "Down with apartheid! Free Nelson Mandela! Africa must be one!" Adewale joined them. They marched to the South African embassy, even though South Africa had no official ties with Nigeria. The police came and told them to leave, but the students refused. Adewale was arrested along with 20 others. He spent 2 nights in a small dark cell, but when he was released, he was even more determined. His father said, "Your voice may be small, but when many small voices rise together, they become thunder." Adewale joined a group called Africa for Freedom. They wrote letters to South African students and secretly sent books, radio parts, and money to those in exile. He began to write letters to a South African girl named Zinzi, who was just his age. Her father was in prison. Her letters were full of fear, but also full of hope. She wrote, "Sometimes I hide my books when police come, but we keep learning because knowledge is our weapon." Adewale replied, "Nigeria stands with you. We are far, but our hearts are close." In 1980, Nigeria's government made a bold decision. They cut off all trade with South Africa, refused to accept South African passports, and gave scholarships to South African students in exile. Adewale met some of these students in Lagos. They had strange accents but familiar dreams. One of them, Sifo, became his friend. Sifo told him, "You Nigerians don't know how much your help means. When we study here, we are free." Adewale asked, "Will apartheid ever end?" Sifo looked up and said, "Yes. Not today, maybe not tomorrow, but one day we will be free." Years passed. Adewale became a teacher like his father. He still kept Zinzi's old letters. Then one morning in 1990, the news came. Nelson Mandela has been freed from prison after 27 years. All of Lagos rejoiced. People danced, cried, and sang. Zinzi wrote one last letter. "He is free. We are not yet done, but the wall has cracked." 4 years later, in 1994, South Africa held its first election where black people could vote. Nelson Mandela became president. Adewale cried as he watched it on TV. His young daughter asked, "Papa, why are you crying?" He said, "Because sometimes even the longest night ends, and Africa is waking up." Years later, Adewale visited South Africa. He stood in Johannesburg with Sifo and Zinzi. They looked at the statue of Nelson Mandela. Zinzi said, "We could not have done it without Nigeria." Adewale smiled. "We are one Africa. When one part hurts, the other feels the pain." They walked through the streets, no longer divided by color, dreaming of schools, peace, and unity.